Hi, people of God. If you can see me, God bless you. So let's talk about gang stalking. We'll look at the spiritual and psychological patterns from the lens of the accusers, that is, the gang stalkers, the spiritual warfare in it, and how to overcome it. To the spiritual pattern of the accusers. So the Bible calls the devil the accuser of the brethren, and he accuses God's children day and night. The Bible also calls the devil a liar and the father of all lies. So the accusers, that is, the gang stalkers, are operating under these spirits. So the spiritual root is coordinated emotional and psychological assault by accusation and narrative control. So in the book of Psalms, David describes people whispering, plotting, watching his steps. Jeremiah also spoke of, I hear whispering, terror on every side. My close friends are watching me to slip. What about Jesus Christ? In the book of Matthew 27, Jesus Christ is mocked collectively. False witnesses arose against him, mob mentality activated against him. So the pattern is pretty simple with the devil and his agents, the gang stalkers. Their goal is to isolate, to accuse, to distort the narrative of who you are, to erode you socially, and to break the target psychologically. To the psychology of the accusers, it's scapegoating and projection identification. So when someone carries a light, an independence, a self-assuredness, a difference, a conviction, a truth, spiritual awareness, a non-conformity about them, groups unconsciously project their unresolved shame onto that person. And you see this everywhere. In every sector, it's in churches, families, friend groups, workplaces. So that different one, that lone wolf, that standalone person, that self-assured person, that spiritually aware person, becomes the lightning rod that shines a light on the darkness of their souls, on the souls of the accusers. So the scapegoat is made to absorb the parts of themselves that they refuse to face. It's not spiritual delusion. It's a well-documented group dynamic. You're not crazy. So what's the spiritual warfare in all of this, I hear you ask? As we've seen in scripture, the pattern is consistent. We've seen it in David, we've seen it in Jeremiah, we've seen it in Jesus Christ, we've seen it in Daniel, we've seen it in Elijah. The goal is isolation, narrative distortion, psychological exhaustion, hopelessness. And the ultimate goal is to make you self-destruct. Yes. So when everywhere you go, you're just triggering people inadvertently and they're coming for you like that, it makes you feel like this world is not worth living. You really can see that in Elijah's story. He had fought all the prophets of Baal and had won. Yet he begged God to take his life. It wants you to crash out. It wants you to log yourself out of the game, to dispatch yourself, to delete yourself, to off yourself. So it's either you crash out and you get arrested in modern day life. And isn't that still ending in destruction? Especially if unchosen people are known to have a temper. If you go off and you cause real damage and destruction, they would have destroyed your life. And what does he align with? The devil comes to kill, to steal, and to destroy. John 10:10. So in their human insecurity, in their groupthink, in their trauma bonding, in their narcissistic system, in their social hierarchy preservations, their goal is to accuse you day and night, to exhaust you spiritually, psychologically, emotionally, to beat you down. Don't let them. Don't let them win. So I can't even seem to begin to imagine how it will feel For somebody who's not spiritually aware of the power that they have, Elijah was aware of it, yet he begged God to take his life. So they come at you when you're aware, when you're not aware of who you are spiritually, they come for you. It is just that light within you, that truth, that non-conformity triggers them. This is why you'd feel like you see the same people react to you the same way who don't even know each other. They're operating from the same spirit, from the same wound, from the same insecurities. That's why it feels like you can't seem to catch a break. It happens in your social circle, it happens at work, it happens everywhere. Same spirit, different faces. So how do you overcome? These strategies will be dependent on the level of the spirit and the situation you're in. But number one would be to break the scapegoat positioning. Yes. So once you clock it, you strengthen your boundaries immediately at the first red flag. Don't over-explain yourself. We already said that these people are operating from an accuser spirit. They would exhaust you. They're relentless. Don't bother explaining yourself. Exit the first time you notice it. There's no point enduring for long. 2, regulate your nervous system. Yes. So again, chronic targeting can dysregulate you, cause you hypervigilant, cause you to over-amplify patterns, can make you begin to be paranoid. So a grounded nervous system will allow you to perceive things more accurately. 3, refuse the narrative internalization. When you're accused or subtly targeted, again, don't defend. Don't bother fighting for your identity. There's no point. Just observe and disengage strategically. These are things that I do. And if you check what Jesus did whilst he was on earth, he didn't respond to everybody. He didn't answer to some people, as a matter of fact. He answered nothing. 4, spiritually armor up. Spiritually armor up. You wear the belt of truth, the breastplate of righteousness, the shield of faith, the helmet of salvation. Protect your mind. It's about mental and moral stability. You need that to fight. You're fighting spirits, not people.